Mr. Chairman, I move that the chief counsel be placed on administrative leave with pay pending further action regarding the continuation of the chief counsel's employment. Motion.
That's a motion.
Is that a motion? You making a motion?
I'm making a motion.
Second.
Discussion of this issue. Everybody understand the motion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That's the official action of the Highway Commission today. Is there any other business to come before the commission? Questions? Well, we probably should provide the opportunity for some questions.
What? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
What was it? Were you already planning on doing something like this today, or was it the discussion that we just had in that legislative audit committee that prompted this action?
I think it should have been clear, and through the entire testimony this morning, this has been an issue that's been ongoing for quite a while. So I would view this as the culmination of events, as opposed to precipitated by anything that took place this morning.
Do you guys have an option between paid and unpaid leave, or are you required to do that?
The motion included paid leave.
leave.
It was unpaid administrative leave for 30 days.
Is there an option to do unpaid leave, or is that not?
There is.
There's, okay.
And then at 30 days, what will you all do at that point?
Well, the motion actually didn't say 30 days. So I think.
Well, with 30 days, was actually 30 days. Whatever it is.
Perhaps you should see this motion. Oh, okay, sorry. The motion actually does not include a specific time. Okay, so he is paid on administrative leave pending further action regarding the continuation of chief counsel's employment.
What is your timetable from here on out? You said you hope to have Ms. Wilson interviewed by I guess the law firm that's doing the interviewing. What is the timetable for you to make a decision on this, or do you have a goal? Or?
Well, I thought it was 30 days, obviously, but no, I think these things need to run their course. We need to, several things need to happen. And I'm not going to prejudge the outcome of any of that. And as is often the case, when you start getting into things, then things turn out completely, you start going one direction and you have to wind up a bit like the merchant adventurers attacking against the wind. So I'm not going to pin ourselves down on a specific time frame. I think it's pretty clear, that this is in fact the culmination of a long series of events.
Would you consider the action y'all just took as action was called for by the many people in the audit committee as far as disciplinary action goes?
In all due respect to all the members of the audit committee, this is an unrelated, it's related issues, but we didn't do this at the instigation of the audit committee. We heard their arguments and concerns, but quite honestly, relative to the audit itself, it was problem identified, problem solved, but for the outstanding issue of the so-called $30,000 of paid leave for which those employees didn't work. So this is not, we didn't just convene here because a number of people articulated their opinions in a rather forceful manner.
Mr. Chairman, did the Chief Counsel agree to be interviewed by the...
I remain unclear as to that. Did you understand the answer? Well, we talked about that in open session.
Well, I thought there was I thought there was, I guess from you, there was specificity, but from him, no.
Yeah,
And then
well, I
thought
referred
there
to a
might
date
have
that
been
was
some-
2 days ago, that was supposed to take place, and there were others.
Did you ever ask him specifically
In
if
the-
he would?
Today in the executive session?
Yes.
So you
Did
didn't
I
have-
ask him specifically?
Right. Did you ask specifically if he would
Many
agree?
times.
And what was his response?
I'm, no response.
Except for the fact he did respond that he would be interviewed, but that has failed to
He's
happen.
done that on many occasions. He's agreed to be interviewed on many occasions, and that has not taken place. But, you know, some of it is scheduling, so, you know, a lot of people have been, I'm not prejudging that either. I would say that he is the only person that we have requested to be interviewed that has not been interviewed.
How do you think this entire situation has affected public trust, potentially, in the highway department?
I would hope that, I would hope not negatively. We're a large organization in state government. I think we're the only organization that probably has fewer employees today than it had 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or 30 years ago. You have to go back to 1964 to have a time when the department had fewer employees. The department ranks number 2 nationally in administrative cost per mile. And if you think I'm torturing the data, we can look at it another way and say we rank number 5 in administrative cost per expended dollar. So that's another way to slice it relative to efficiency. And so I would hope that the message relative to the department is this is clearly in the top decile of efficient transportation departments in the United States of America. Oftentimes it ranks number 1. This is a personnel issue that in many ways is both regrettable and unfortunate. I have to tell you, I mean, relative to the exempt employees, that's a nothing. That's nothing. Relative to salaried employees. The only thing that is issued here is a alleged problem with hourly employees being allowed to take every third Friday off an additional 2 hours, saying they worked and got paid when they didn't work, and voluntary removal and certification from the timesheet.
So the $74,000 sum that's in the report, you guys, I mean, I know that number was kind of...
74,000 includes exempt and non-exempt. I mean, every organization, I would bet, in this country that has exempt employees allows some form of compensatory time off.
Do you feel any compunction to get any of that money back? And if so, how are you going to go about doing that?
I don't. Personally, no, I don't.
And this may have been asked by...
But, I mean, that's a matter for the commission and the department to come to a conclusion. But we have, to my knowledge, we've had no discussion relative to trying to recruit those funds. Those people were allowed off based on their supervisory direction. And it would be unfair to try to go after those employees to recoup the time. I can't imagine a situation where that would be construed as being fair or reasonable.
So this may have been asked by a legislator in the meeting. The answer that Council Wilson gave about the reason for allowing the time, employees were showing up late, so to improve morale, he gave them every third Friday off. Is that an opinion that is shared or not shared by other people within the department?
No, I'm not going to comment on that.
I mean, as a director, do you have any?
To my knowledge, there was no one else in the department that has handled it that way.